This industry lives by email and regularity. Now, I have a bit of a personal kind of issue with social media chat. I like to keep everything by email. There is a clear paper trail, you know where everything is, and this is how 95% of agents, and particularly the ones who are running high-end corporate, this is what they do. Any agent who contacts me through WhatsApp, I'm like, who are you and what are you doing? Email, 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 email. That's where your paper trail is. And why are you going, where did I get that message? Was it on Messenger, iMessage, WhatsApp, Signal, email? Was it Tinder? Thank you. You know what I mean? So get into a corporate headspace if you want this kind of work. Think about that. So making an act to fit. Now I don't want to be too prescriptive here, but there's just a couple of little things. Oh, maybe I've got the wrong. There's 4 type of acts that I see that kind of fit in. There's 4 kind of divisions, as it were, of acts. You've got a stage focus spot. This can be an aerial show. This can be a Flame Oz fire show, should you choose that. There's the kind of tenors incognito thing. Does anybody know what that is? No. Waiters, fake waiters, actors, they're walking around. Somebody, they drop a whole lot of plates. A big thing happens, and then all of a sudden they burst into opera. It's a thing. It's a thing. It's almost like a flash mob, but it has, it's singing, there's a storyline to it, it's funny. There's usually a stooge, so they get there's a lady that they get out of the crowd who's sat there all the way through dinner, they bring her out, and she's also an opera singer. And oh my God, and it all goes, and it's amazing. It is fun, and it is a bit strange. True, both of those, yep. It could be a band on stage, it could be a comedian, whatever it is, it's a focus spot. It's the room pull. 500 people, 1,000 people, 20 people, whatever it is, they're all looking at you and they're not looking at anything else. You've got walkabout entertainments, and that roughly to me kind of goes table entertainment, drinks reception, meet and greet, kind of party, kind of activation and podiums. I think we all know what walkabout entertainment is pretty much. And then you've got kind of installation stuff, like photo booths and stuff, and experience stuff, kind of game stuff like casinos. I'm not really going to talk about that too much because I don't think that's the focus of today. So, tips for building a walkabout act. Are we doing slides at the end of this? Do we give away slides, or is everybody writing everything down? Everybody's writing everything down. Good call, Josh. Good call.
It's more write it down.
More that write it down. All right. Tips for building a walkabout act in corporate events. I think the number one question is, how can you be of service to the event? What use are you providing this event? Are you a photo opportunity? Showgirls. Fantastic photo opportunity. Everyone wants to stand in front and be like, woo, and there's a like, woo. It's great. It's great. Totally works. Are you an icebreaker? So imagine you've got 500 people in a room that nobody knows each other. They're all like uncomfortably having drinks around each other. You are the app that kind of comes in and brings people together. So for example, I do contact juggling. I will approach a group of people. I will do a thing, I do my 1 to 4 and 4 back to 1, and I chat through it, and everybody has a bit of a laugh, and I walk away, and they get to go, oh, that was cool, wasn't it? Was it blah, 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 blah. You've broken the ice between the people. You're making them feel a little bit more comfortable and a bit more kind of grooving on. Are you a warm welcome? Hey, fire meet and greet, anybody? Yeah. Pro tip, that's a free line right there, exactly, yeah. Or are you kind of one of those like champagne dress drink servers? These are just general ideas. These aren't everything. These are just some ideas for how can you be of service to the event. Think about recurrent themes. Winter, Wonderland. I mean, it's like, as I said, like there is so many events over winter. It is the busiest time. If you've got a winter act, you'll be able to sell it, as long as you can talk to agents and stuff like that. What are the recurrent themes? Greatest Showman, Fire and Ice, Enchanted Forest, Masquerade, huge one that slips under the radar quite a lot. futuristic. There's themes, so research your themes. If you don't know what themes to research, go and look at some agents' websites. See what themes they offer, and then maybe think about an act that will fit to that. Can it be brandable? I mean, this is a big thing for companies. They love to see their logo everywhere. I mean, it makes me slightly vom inside my own mouth at the end of our Glow show when we drop the brand and everybody's like, oh, it's the brand! And you're like, oh, God. But it's important. It's important. Feeding the Fish have their pixel, like, dresses. Like, it's pretty cool. I saw them the other day. I was like, actually, that looks pretty good. But how can you brand it? It doesn't have to be the logo. It could just be colors. So you've got Divine Company do ribbon dancers and stilt walkers, and they're super beautiful, and they can knock out any color you want. Any color you want. So these kind of things, you know, it just helps you sell. Big one. Are you self-sufficient? Do you need somebody to help you get up on your stilts? If so, why? I've seen it, you know, like the clients helping a performer get in their own stilts. Like, do other events until you can get your stilts ready by yourself. Do other events, and that needs to apply for a lot of things. If your act cannot be self-sufficient, and there's a genuine reason why, and it's maybe it's who knows what it is. Valerie Merzak on her giant rotating glitter ball, mirror ball that contortionist goes on, absolutely fantastic. It's like 20 kilos. She can't pick it up by herself. But then in her tech, it is known, and she makes it known all the way through the booking process, you will need to provide me with people to help. Now, in that case, well, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But to get your own costume on, please. Will people want to take pictures of you? That's a good thing, isn't it? Because, you know, like, you get the, hey, woo, hey, cool, oh, we're at the event and that thing happened. That's a memory-making thing. That's really important. It's really important for events. Make sure you can navigate doors. Stairs. Low ceilings. Typical event rooms can be as low as kind of, you know, maybe where the top of that this thing finishes. This is quite a high room. You can get a lot of kind of offices that are quite low. So make sure you can navigate all this cleanly by yourself as well. Everyone's always going to throw you a hand to help, but you should be able to do it yourself. It's a no-brainer, right? But not always. Is there a take-home? So that's kind of, is there something that you can give? This is not necessary. This is just ideas for stuff that, you know, kind of helps. You know, there's something that, so for example, silhouette cutters. People who walk around with a pair of scissors, black bit of paper, they look at you and they go, cool, just stand there for a sec, and they go, boop, 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 boop. And it's amazing how well they can do your silhouette. There you go, goes in a little bit of paper, there you go, lovely. You're like, holy shit, it's my face. And it's in the company branded or the event branded, whatever. So that's a great thing. I mean, that's a great thing that the people will remember that event forever. It's super cool. I've gone through this so good, so fast. Sweet. Tips for creating stage shows. So I'm coming here from very much fire show and LED show background, but I've seen a lot of acts, and this is kind of stuff that I'm kind of aggregating from a lot of different stuff. So I would say always try and create a flexibility in how you can enter and exit the stage. No two stages are the same, ever. And even when you get there, they're not what they might have said in the floor layout type thing. So be flexible. It just makes your life so much easier. Make sure you can fit on a stage. Make sure you can fit on a dance floor. Be realistic, super realistic about your boundaries here for whatever act it is you're creating. You may be sharing the stage with a whole load of backline from a band. Backline is all the instruments that stay on stage, so the drum kit and everything they can't move. So you need to be really realistic about that and what issues you might have. If you're on a dance floor, you're most likely going to have in front and around the sides. In fact, there's quite a lot of dance floors and a lot of rooms where instead of performing this way, which I would love to, I'm performing this way with the bulk of the audience on the right and the left-hand side, and only a skinny bit in front of you. So if you can make an act that can play really easily to a 270, you're winning, and your tech time on the day is hugely reduced, and all the stress of like, oh my God, but we do this amazing like isolated tunnel that goes straight forward, but then none of the room can see it. So do you know what I mean? Just think about that kind of stuff. Time, 15 minutes maximum for a high-end corporate event. They want, the keyword is impact. Impact, 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 impact. Impact Artist was such a good name for an agency, and I wish I'd thought of that first. But like, if you're talking to, a lot of people go, oh, we want half an hour. And you're like, oh, no, you don't. You want 15 minutes because that's impact. Use that word in that sentence, and they're like, sold. Honestly, it's true. 8 to 12 minutes is punch. That's really great. That's fantastic. Spark Fire Dance do a 4-minute fire show. 4 minutes, and they charge twice as what we do. Because it has everything in it. It is so tight, so much action. Who needs more than 4 minutes? Amazing. Amazing. You sweat like a bitch when you do that act, though. Is your show brandable? Same as before. I mean, Pixelpoi are widely available now. I heavily discourage everybody from using them. But it's really important as well. Is your act possible to be reworkable to different themes or to different music? It's something that comes up. There's also high-end corporate events where they've hired a choreographer or a show producer, and they're going to want you to fit into a wider thing. So that's really, I mean, that really comes down to you knowing your act and you running it and drilling it and having it ready, and trying it out to different things. Just on a note on that, for us, we really sell the fact that what they're buying from us is 15 years of experience of doing exactly the same shit. So, but if you want us to rework it, we can. You have to pay for rehearsal days, and why not just get what we sell off the peg? It's so much better, you know what I mean? Less work for us. But hey, everything's possible. Can it be split over the night? So award ceremonies for us, sometimes they want like, yeah, do a thing there, and then do a thing there, and then do a thing there, and that'll be awesome. So if your act can be split up, and it doesn't feel too repetitious, that's a bonus. I'm not saying you have to. None of this is have to. I wouldn't recommend building an act that fulfills all of this, because also there is a bit of a thing about it is still make art for art's sake, but just have the product, have that word product in mind as well. You're making a product. Still make it for art's sake because you want your creativity to shine, but then think about it as a product at the same time. Quick on and quick off. Super important. There's a lot going on. Can it get on really quickly? Can it get off really quickly? Be self-sufficient again. I remember a couple of acts I've seen where the stage manager was doing so much for this act, which was insane. Just book somebody else to come with you or simplify your act. Nobody should have to pick up anything for you. Kinda, pretty much. And if you can, be low on your light effects and sound effects requirements. Multiple show cues for music. Ooh, you're gonna have a bad show. We make our soundtracks one piece. Doesn't matter, I remake a soundtrack for every show. I remake it, it's one piece. You press play when I tell you, and you don't press stop unless we tell you with a show stop. But it sounds obvious, but it's super important. Lighting cues, I mean, like I can kind of figure out now when I walk in, you're like, okay, let's have a look at the rig. All right, cool. There's not that much moving heads, cool. Or there's a ton, awesome. I've got that much time, cool. Let's have a chat with the lighting guy. Let's have a see how much we can do. That's all dependent on how much tech time we've got, all that kind of stuff. The easier it is to be kind of low tech, then you can build on top of that. If you start like, I need everything, then you can't really climb down from that, especially if your show relies on it. So those are some kind of tips for creating some stage shows. Promo material, I think this is quite well covered by some other speakers here, but I'll just be really quick. Once you've made your act, these are the things that you need to give it to your high-end corporate agents. You need words, and words are website copy. Basically, let's go back again into empathizing with the person on the other end. Having been an entertainment agent, I have received, and I'm showing my age here, CD-ROMs, I know. Hey, my first promo went out on VHS. Screw you guys. Unmarked CD-ROMs. Picture file number DSC 1101150. Next one, DSC 1022210. Next one, picture 1. Sorry, you want me to relabel your pictures when I put them on the database to sell your act? I don't think so. Label all your photos. Sorry, what was it? No, I've gone too far. I was empathizing, that's right. So somebody else, don't make it other people do your work. Make it super easy. Make their workflow easy, they're going to love you. So your website copy needs to be that paragraph of text that you see acts being sold on an entertainment agent. Make that nice, condensed, tight. Have a look at the agent, or have a look at the agent that you're approaching and see how much they do. Agents will often rewrite your text, and that is a great way to take that back and go, that's awesome, I never thought of those words, I'll now put that into my own copy. You want to have references and quotes and previous places that you've worked. That's one document, and that is for the agent to put on their website. Pictures, minimum 4 quality high-res images. This can make or break you getting clicked on by the person who wants to book you. Think about it. You're scrolling down. There's like 20 contortionists. Which one's got the best picture? That's the one you're going to pick. That's the one you're going to click on first. So don't do yourself out of getting bookings by having crap photos. Videos. I think this will be talked about by a lot of other people, but 45 to 75 seconds. That's it, man. That's all you got nowadays. Hello.
On stage or with the video?
That is up to you. High-end corporate, you're charging high-end money, somebody should have filmed your promo. I would probably say it just needs to look good. It needs to look the money that you're going to be charging for the act, and it needs a blue chip company, Apple, Logi. Logi's having their global conference. If you want Logi to book you, are you going to send your iPhone video, or are you going to send the one that's been professionally shot? That's it really. I mean, there's no hard and fast in this stuff. You cannot shoot on an iPhone. You can. They're great phones nowadays, but it needs to be really nice quality. Where it's shot, well, it also depends. I mean, if you can collect a whole load of excellent live footage, well, of course that's going to look better because it shows that you've done it. If your act hasn't got there yet, and high quality footage is hard to get, it's kind of quite a lot of years of kind of doing lots of events and getting off that guy or setting up your own camera and remembering to press record, or getting there and going, oh my God, I'm performing in front of a whole lot of bins. What was the point in bringing that? Do you know what I mean? It does take time. So if you're going to shoot it in a studio or somewhere else, is it the underpass of the M32? Or is it a nice, clean backdrop? That's the kind of thing. Anything over a minute. How complicated is your story that you're trying to sell? So as a contact juggler, hey, floaty ball thing, woo, different costumes. Minute, tops. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. You don't need to be doing a 2.5-minute video for that. Interesting thing, show your video to people, stand just slightly to the side of them. Hey, I just want to show you some, we're at an event right now, we're role-playing, check it out. We're at an event, this is my agent, or the client. It is appropriate for me to show him videos. Hey, check it out. Here's my video, and just watch this. Watch when he tunes out, and make a note of the time in your video. Watch when he tunes out, because people do it. Don't ask questions, because they'll look you in the eye to reply, and that kind of messes you up. But let them watch it and just let them sit. Try and just stop talking for a moment. and see when they tune out. That's the drop point of your video.
Nice.
Thank you. Tech requirements, all your health and safety documents, risk assessments, anything that you need to make it happen, method statements, whatever it is, that all needs to be in your promo material as well. And there's no reason why it can't be cloud hosted nowadays. Dropbox, the Google Drive are fantastic. I use Dropbox personally, and our whole company does. The ability to be able to send a link out for an entire folder, a subfolder, or a single file is fantastic. You get an inquiry on the fly, boom, done, I'm gone. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody's got that, but organize it well, label it nicely, make it so you know where it is, and make it so you can send it out really fast. Does everybody know how to hyperlink in an email? Hands up in the air if you don't know how to hyperlink. Right, find out how to do it. It's really easy. Basically, you'll select a whole load of text, you'll hit a shortcut, which on a Mac is Command K. Then you cut and paste your website, the web address, whatever it is, www. whatever it is, and put it there, and it makes that really cool blue writing with the underline. And when you click on that, it takes you to the place. So this is my OCD, you don't have to do this. Don't just paste a 5-sentence long string of web address when you could put click here, hyperlinked, also a call to action. If anybody understands call to actions on websites, click here, book now, do this, blah, blah, watch my video. Watch my video here. Hyperlinks, bang, done, clean, everybody gets it, and you don't have that in your email of like,